has made a difference at the top end of the pitch for Ingolstadt. Now the players come out into the spring sunshine here. Bit of red hot chili peppers to go with that sunshine as well. And plenty of Bielefeld fans have made the trip down here to Bavaria, around 1,200 or so. There's Shanzi, the Ingolstadt mascot, and today's mascots as well, out on the pitch. A little bit uncertain there as to when to walk off. Well, this promises to be a banging game. Just to point out that these two teams have met 11 times in the past, all in Bundesliga 2 until the start of last season. The total record, Ingolstadt with 5 wins, 3 draws, 3 wins for Bielefeld. However, here at the Audi Sport Park, 2 wins for Ingolstadt, 3 draws. Bielefeld have never won here. Is today the day they put the record straight, I wonder? So Dr. Robert Kampke from Cologne, our referee today, Lucas Schlosser and Timo Klein, the linesman, Tobias Fitzman, no relation to Sabrina, of course, the 4th official looking after the technical areas. Well, I say no relation, you expect no relation. So a last little huddle there for Bielefeld in their change strip of predominantly white here today. The dark blue of their usual strip does too much of a clash with Deschanz's normal home strip. So Noah Saramrimbaze back in the side after, as I say, becoming the first player sent off for Bielefeld this season. They were the last team, in fact, to have a player sent off. Everyone has now fallen victim to that curse in this case in their 2-0 win away to Victoria Cologne, which certainly had a tempestuous finish to the game as well. Olaf Janssen, the Cologne manager, sent off to the stands with a straight red for his protests for perceived time wasting from Jonas Kersken late in the game. Now Stefano Russo steps up for Bielefeld to take the kick-off here. Straight back to Kersken, then quarterback forward to the edge of the Ingolstadt area, headed strongly away. Picked up by Oppi on the left-hand side. Korbos makes a run into the channel. Well, Korbos has hit a fine run of form in the last month or two, as Oppi tries to swing that one into the area. Sam Schreck hovering around the near post, but unable to latch onto that one before Pelle Burvink, who's taken over the gloves this season since his January move here from Paderborn, having made 10 starts in Bundesliga 2 in the first half of the campaign. He goes long here. Kanjuric is trying to break through, cleared long down the line. Grodowski using his pace, trying to get in behind there, but again hurriedly cleared by the Dutch shot stopper. Kanjuric twisting and turning in midfield. Christopher Lanner grabbing a little bit too much of the number 8 shirt there for the referee's liking. Well, really, this game for Bielefeld, they get the win here, and then it all comes down to next week's clash at the Schucker Arena, in which table-topping Dynamo Dresden will come to town. I say, if they win this, then they'll be just 1 point behind. Grodowski now using his pace down that right-hand side. The ball gets across goal. Slight deflection. Eventually scrambled clear by Deschanze. Mitch Niat has built this team basically from scratch since the start of last season. Only Fabian Klos survived from the side, but demoted from Bundesliga 2 in 2023. So Klos, the only player still in the squad come last season. Completely new batch of players, and they struggled last campaign. You could argue as well with their form around the turn of the year, especially in January and early February last season. Niat perhaps lucky to keep his job. In the end, Bielefeld did stay up, and they've come back stronger as well. That's a nice flick on there by Schreck. Gradowski into the channel now, looks up, bangs the ball across goal. Here's Gael Morbos, and Mel Korbos has put Bielefeld in the lead here, just 4 minutes in. They started fast last week against Rostock, and they've done it again here at the Audi Sport Park. Bielefeld absolutely flying late in the season here. Lovely flick on there from Shrek. Gradowski looked up, spotted the cross, perfectly delivered. Great finish at the near post from Korbos. That's now, well, 4 goals in his last 6 games. 6 goals in his last 11 for the American midfielder. Really hitting his best form just when it's needed for his side. Well, how will Sabrina Wittmann's side react to that? Straight onto the attack, that's what it is. To Strutlow with just a little bit too much on that pass there for Christensen, who would have been in behind with a fairly clear shot at goal as well, if that had been slightly more accurate. Sarah Mbaze with his back to goal there. And again, heading it across into midfield. Picked up by Vore. Now Oppie down the left. Plenty of white shirts streaming forwards. Here's Gradowski, this time popping up on the left. Very mobile is Gradowski. Tried a nice little cut inside there. Didn't quite pick out his target. This is a great start from Bielefeld. By the way, that was a 5th assist since his January arrival from Preußen Münster for Joel Gradowski. Now Sarah Mbaze on the edge of the area, lets fly, but that one always curling away from the left-hand post. Had support outside as well, but just a bit too tempting for Sarah Mbaze to resist there. Just 3 goals and 3 assists for Sarah Mbaze this season. Has had a few injury issues as well, Sarah Mbaze. Struggles to stay fit for any long periods of time. And we are getting now to the point where you're starting to look at this Bielefeld squad, which has been built specifically to get promoted back up to Bundesliga 2. It's a young squad. But how many of these players are really going to be good enough for the next level up? We've seen all 3 teams that went up last season struggle this campaign in the second tier. Currently taking up the bottom 3 positions, in fact, in the Bundesliga 2 are Ulm, Preußen Münster and Jan Regensburg. Jan Regensburg basically already gone, but Ulm and Preußen Münster very tight to figure out who'll be 16th and 17th. 16th, of course, will end up in the relegation playoff against a team that finishes 3rd in the Dritte Liga. Now Stefano Russo with the corner. Strong at set pieces as well. Oh, drives it into the edge of the area and smashed over the top by Vore. Clear thinking again from Bielefeld, taking one there off the straight off the training ground. And the movement making the space for Vore to have that shot relatively close into goal as well. No one within 2 or 3 yards of him. long from Bervik. And then Fröder heads that out for a Bielefeld throw. And the away fans soaking up the sunshine, enjoying the atmosphere and enjoying the fast start from their side as well. Oh, Oppie picks that one up in space on the left-hand side. 3 white shirts to aim at in there, and he head in his hands, the left back. Well, he's better than that with his left foot, is Louis Oppie. Intercept that, just stopping Saron and Barze from finding some space out wide, but it's been a really good start here from Bielefeld. Ingolstadt hardly getting a touch so far. Kersken takes no chances at the back there. Kersken with a Drita Liga leading 12 clean sheets this season. He's certainly developed brilliantly compared to last season, where he came into the side on loan from Borussia Mönchengladbach. Well, Saron Barze finds some space on this near side. Tries to trick his way past Keidel. Costly neatly heads that one back to Berving. But just back to Kersken, who certainly last season he was very brittle, especially with the ball at his feet, taking too many chances, not really still learning the trade of when to go short, when to go long, when to try the trick, to play the short pass. And he, on a number of occasions, you always felt last season that with Bielefeld they were very decent going forwards, but at the back they were always capable of shooting themselves in the foot, which they did so regularly, I will add, as well. This season, though, much more solid, a nice solid base to build the team on, and it's the same personnel as well at the back. Just a young set of players developing together, developing into a team, and you hope that they can continue to develop next season if, and indeed when, they do get promoted. So you put 2 years into a project, you develop a side, and you have to think that there's more development to come from this particular set of players as well. I mean, Mel Korbos, yes, the captain, 30 years of age. But the back four, well, they're all under 24 years of age, apart from Christopher Lannett, who's only 26. That's the back four and the goalkeeper, so it's very young for a defensive line. Sort of thing you expect one of the under 23 sides to put out there. You look at the rest of the midfield. Stefano Russo, 24, Shrek, 26. Brodowski, 27, a little bit older. It's brought in, they really did need a striker this season. Marius Vaughan, 21, youth product. So, I say it's a young team. Can they step up again next season, develop more, get even better? So it's a tough environment up in the second tier. Oh, now Ingolstadt with a 3-on-3 at the back. Space to run into here. Unleashes the shot, but it's straight at Kersken. Well, good effort from Christensen. Arrived here on loan from Hertha Berlin. Angling his run just right. Squeezing the shot through, and all of a sudden Bielefeld coming across this area, and Barze just beaten to it at the back post. Well, he had to go in for that one. Like Felix Keidel, the left back, made a vital interception there at the back post. Brodowski again with the pace and the ball across goal. Saron Barze just collecting Keidel in his effort just to get a touch there at the back post. Just a split second too late, the number 37. Despite that early setback, the Schanzer fans still bouncing behind that goal there. Picked on by Testrut, but offside flag goes up. So gets us back underway. Schneider across to Grosser. Now Russo again in midfield. Now Lannert in a bit of space on this near side. Sandra and Barze in front of him. Lannert continues his run. Sam Schreck comes inside. Bielefeld controlling the game, controlling the pace at the moment. Just a miscontrol there from Lannert. It's a pity. He looked like he had the angle to get in behind, get another good cross into the area if he wanted to. Oh, and Sam Schreck now on the intercept. Korbos makes a run in front of him. Here's Gradowski in behind. Still Gradowski, and this time Simon Lorenz comes across to block the shot. All hands to the pump at the back at the moment for Ingolstadt. Bielefeld carrying on their form. Seen them win 6 of the last 7 games. Just a slightly strange 2-2 draw at home to Hanover. Spoil that sequence. So won 9 of their last 11 games now as well. Now Bielefeld have zoomed up the table from the edges of the promotion. Scrapped very much in control, especially if they get the 3 points here today. That sets it up all nicely. Bielefelder arm for next weekend against Dresden. Huge game that will be. Very likely the game that decides just who will be champions of the Drita Liga this season. In fact, it's a game that could see them both promoted depending on results elsewhere. Let's say win here, Bielefeld be 6 points ahead of Cottbus and Saarbrücken. Going into match day 36, so 6 points ahead with 9 points still to play for. A little bit of head tennis on the near side, but now Louis Oppi comes forward into acres of space on that left-hand side. Vaughn back to Oppi again, cuts back, lobs one into the edge of the area, headed away from near the penalty spot by Keidel. Ingolstadt doing a good job of cutting off the passing lanes for Christopher Lannert there. Their reward is some rare possession, the way this first half has been going. They've been absolutely crushed at the moment. The main thing for Bielefeld was it will be if they can keep up this intensity. Last week against Rostock, the first 20-25 minutes, the game was actually fairly even. Just the Bielefeld absolutely taking their chance, the ball given away there. Pascal Testrut, well, tries the long shot from distance. Kersken obviously off his line. They've still got 3 players coming up here, Ingolstadt. Driving to the byline, cutting the ball back, but there's nobody there. Stefano Russo picks up the ball on the edge of the 6-yard box, bring it out to the area. Now back to Oppi. Space for Vaughn to bring the ball into. Korbos and Oppi up there with him. Bielefeld just slowing things down for the moment. Lannet. Baze. Kanieric getting a foot in, putting that out for a throw. Looks like actually Christensen starting out on the right-hand side. He normally likes to play on the left, ball over the top. Look at the Baze, just a little bit too much on it. Boving just sees that one out for a goal kick. Now Ingolstadt have been taking these short. They go long here. Just look how many Bielefeld players are pressing up into the final third here. 6 white shirts, I count. All in your picture there. Not that picture. Just looking at the stats at the moment, the successful pass percentage for Ingolstadt below 50%. This shows how the high press from Bielefeld is squeezing the life out of them, forcing them into long, speculative balls, being eagerly gobbled up by the Bielefeld defence and midfield so far. Nice ball for Korbos in the left-hand channel. Captain sets the ball back up for Vor. Korbos again, deciding against the ball into the area. There's 3 white shirts over on that left-hand side. Now Russo. That many players forward. He can't really afford to be pushed backwards like that. Now everything just squeezes up. The Ingolstadt defensive line pushes up as well, tries to get away from their penalty area. Everyone behind the ball for Deshanza. Baze tries to trick his way past. Nearly gets through a couple of Ingolstadt players. Keidel eventually winning the ball, taking that back to Berving, who immediately goes long. And the foul goes against Stefano Russo. Quickly taken the free kick to Keidel. Watch out for Keidel with his long throws as well. When Ingolstadt do get the chance, they haven't been in the final third yet, but it really is just like a set piece. Absolutely lethal. Kanieric holds the ball inside, gets it back again in midfield. Now looks for width over on the right-hand side, intercepted by Oppi. A good first-time ball goes forward there. Now Gradowski on the left-hand side. 5 white shirts up there in support. The attempted shot deflects. And that will be a Bielefeld corner. More pressure for the home side. Oh, Gradowski has had a great impact since his January arrival. 5 goals and now 5 assists as well, after laying on the opening goal here. Louis Oppi to whip this one in, left-footed. Well, 2 players offering short here. 5 white shirts in the area. Goes straight to Lannet. Now Russo. Russo to Oppi inside the area. Oppi crosses onto the back post. And well, Maximilian Grosser, I think, was there. Almost getting his head on the end of it. Oppi might have been having a stab at the top corner as well. Just sort of in that area, isn't it? Grosser's a few inches taller, and he might get on the end of that one, make it 2-0 already. Shrek just puts that one slightly too far forwards for Gradowski. Christensen feeds the ball out to Costly on the right. His cross, though, intercepted at the near post. Vor puts that out for an Ingolstadt throw. Midway through the first half, Bielefeld leading by 1-0. Mael Korbos finishing off a sweeping move from Bielefeld in just the 4th minute. And honestly, First quarter of this game has been all Bielefeld, basically. Ingolstadt mostly pressed into the final third. And this actually a rare spell of possession for the home side. The good news is it's only 1-0. Again, you see the high press here. They've done their homework, Bielefeld, forcing speculative balls forward. Just like that one. Kersken takes no chances. Won by Fröder, the captain, in the centre circle. Keidel on this near side, but immediately Sauron Barze on his case. The ball goes all the way back to the keeper again. Now Burvik goes long, looking for a little bit of space in behind Oppi. He's quickly across. Put the ball out, taking it off the toes of Kostli. Not been quite the same player as Kostli since his return from injury. Missed a bunch of games before and after the winter break. Had 5 assists before the break, just 1 since. Hasn't quite hit the ground running again. Long throw in from Kostli, flicked on at the near post, then a header comes over. But it's fairly central. Well, claims for a corner, but it didn't look like Kersken put a hand on that. Managed to leave that one. So played short by Bielefeld. Ingolstadt immediately on the high press here. Simon Lorenz it was with the final header. Does have a habit of popping up with important goals as Simon Lorenz, the centre-back. 5 goals already this season. So wonderful to Oppi, lays it off to Vull. Vull again. This time a little bit negative for number 13. Now he gets it back. Can he play the ball more positively? Yes, he can, to Korbos. Now Gradowski holding the ball up, trying to bring teammates into play. As soon as Gradowski drops deep, you can see that defensive line push up another 5-10 yards. And because of his pace, the moment he pushes up against them, they just have to drop a little bit deeper again. Just shows the value of pace, which Gradowski has plenty of. According to the statistics anyway, the fastest player in Bundesliga 2 this season before moving back here down to the Dritte Liga. Oh, Lannet just not quite able to keep that one in play, which is a pity because Sauron Barze had moved nicely into space. Sabrina Wittmann prowling the touchline there. And honestly, I think she could be quite pleased. The team's just 1-0 down. And it looks like they're starting to get a foothold in the game now, Ingolstadt. Starting to find some passing, starting to enjoy at least a little bit of possession. Disrupting the passing game of Bielefeld. Fröder. Oh, nice ball for Kostli. Well, the first time volley with the cross from the right back. Nearly created the chance in the middle there. There will be a corner. Definite signs of life from Deschanza, and there you can hear the home fans as well starting to make their voices heard. Benjamin Kanjuric, the Austrian, goes over to take this one. Plenty of shirts to aim at. Goes straight to Sushkov on the edge of the area. A little bit slow to close him down there, the Bielefeld defence. Lucky to get away with that one. How costly. Well played from Keidel in a tight spot there at the back. Ingolstadt just reorganising themselves after the set piece. He brings the ball over halfway. Pops the pass in, continues the run. Can't quite collect the pass though. And now there's a gap at the back. Gradowski, 5 white shirts streaming forwards here. Saran Rambaze and Lannert on this near side. The ball is with Lannert. Pops it in, but too much on it. Straight over the heads of the 3 white shirts. Waiting for it in the area. And a shrug of the shoulders from the Bielefeld right back. I think taking its time there, eventually going long. Well, one in the air. Good pass from Sam Schreck. Saran Rambaze might have been expecting a free kick there, being a little bit manhandled by Keidel. Nothing given though by Dr. Robert. Ball down into the channel, but too much on that, and Jonas Kersken can come across. Well played from Lannert in a tight spot, but Schreck also facing the wrong way. Much better with the coverage of the players now. Ingolstadt, and Lorenz has managed to find some space on that left-hand side, but a good ball into the area. Grosser with an important header on the edge of his 6-yard box. The ball eventually deflects out for a Bielefeld throw. Well, none of the promotion places will be decided this weekend in the Drita Liga. Vaul bursting onto the ball. An injection of pace from Vaul. He's got Gradowski outside him. Waited the pass beautifully, but the flag's gone up just a little bit too late, perhaps, with the pass there, Vaul. You see Gradowski trying to check his run. It looked tight, must say. Just gone off, and well, having missed the goal, probably quite happy it was actually offside. Just trying to curl that one into the far corner. And ball there. It's guilty of trying to shrug his man back. There's the two of them. Battle for the ball in behind. Certainly Ingolstadt, as they have been all season, vulnerable at the back. Coming into the game, we conceded 55 goals, only Erzgebirger Aue, who conceded 56, and the entire bottom 4 have conceded more. But Ingolstadt are still in with a chance of maybe 4th or 5th place in the table this season. Says an awful lot about their attacking prowess. But the defence will definitely need some work for next season. They've had a bit of a revolving cast of goalkeepers. And well, plenty of defensive injuries as well. So the Bielefeld player just been sent out. You can see Julian Kanya there in the background. He's getting ready for his warm-up. Kanya with 14 goals this season. After his summer move from the Nuremberg reserve side. down in the 4th tier. 24 goals there last season. 14 goals this season as well, despite often not starting. Certainly in the second half of the campaign, where Gradowski has come in, and also Robert Suldrikis, the Latvian striker, the 27-year-old who had turned up in January but has since torn his cruciate ligament. He'll be out till at least August. Gradowski, who was primarily brought in to play out wide in the front three on either side actually, but now finding his place as not quite a true 9, not quite a false 9 either. A little bit difficult to explain really. Sarah Mbaze getting his angles wrong with that header. And again, you see every time the ball comes forward, plenty of white shirts coming up from Bielefeld. They're not sitting back here. Again, tidied up at the back this time by Sam Schreck. The coverage in midfield much tighter now from Ingolstadt. They've made some adjustments during this first half. They've definitely improved. Bielefeld not finding quite the same room to play in as they did in the opening 10-15 minutes or so, where they were threatening to run all over Ingolstadt. So they may have conceded the early goal, but Ingolstadt very much back in the game now. Bodes well for the second half. Sarah Mbaze. Schreck very much patrolling the right-hand side of the midfield, with Mel Korbos the left-hand side. Very much part of the structure of this Bielefeld machine at the moment. Gradowski manages to win a corner off of Lorenz. Now, the last corner was slightly peculiar. Three Bielefeld players by the corner flag for the set-piece routine. They managed to make space for Oppi to put in a telling ball now. They're going to do something similar here. Or will Oppi this time go directly to whip this one in? Again, short with the threesome over on that right-hand side. Might be a bit of a waste of a set-piece, this. Can't do all that and then not get the ball into the area, and that's well, perhaps the last time they'll try that one today. Ooh, nice play from Christensen with a couple of tricks, and the ball in behind here, and Kersken has to come off his line, and well, a little bit awkward with the ball at his feet there, Kersken. So that's at the part of his game he's improved mightily over the last year. That was Christensen with the nice bit of skill to get past his opposite number, Lanner. Kersken in his rush to get there, ahead of Heike. Almost misjudging it completely. Keidel has a wonderful long throw. He can get this as far as the penalty spot. There he goes, long ball in. Headed away by Grosser. Bervik. His ball headed away by Sarah Mbaze, but that's just going to be basically another set piece for Keidel, if he so wishes. It's one part of the game that actually both Bielefeld and Dynamo Dresden don't appear to have in their armoury. Stefano Russo has been trying a few, certainly the first half of the season, but just simply doesn't have the range. Keidel. He'll cause problems with that all day long, given half a chance. Costly tries to slide one in, or the header. Well, that header could have gone anywhere, you know. Now Gradowski holds the ball up. Korbos Looks for space on this near side. Sarah Mbaze beats Costly to the ball. Almost ends up in the crowd as the number 37. Keidel dispossessed there, trying to do too much with the ball now. Gradowski waits for the support. Here comes Sam Schreck, a little bit wide with that. Now the ball comes back into the back post. Korbos on the volley. Can't get his knee over it. That one sails over the bar. Well, they butchered that one a little bit, Bielefeld. Ball from Gradowski for Sam Schreck, just had a little bit too much on it. Pushed the number 8 just a little bit too wide, forced into the cross, and, well, quite frankly, Korbos, I think he had space and time there to put a control on that before going for the shot. Snatched it a little bit, considering his recent goal-scoring form. It's almost a surprise. I say 6 goals now in 11 games. Either way, Bielefeld have the best defence, well, statistically at least, the best defence in the Dritte Liga this season. Just monopolising possession there. Bielefeld arrive here having won their last 3 away games in a row. All with clean sheets, by the way. The last goal they conceded away from home. As we'll just wait on that as they come forwards again. Schreck picking up the ball in midfield and spreading it wide to Lannert. But yeah, they've coming into the game at least 315 minutes since last conceding a goal away from home. Schreck with the ball into the near post. And now the shot from Vor. The whistle. The whistle already got it. Look, the defence stopped there. Yeah, 315 minutes, so getting up to 360 minutes now since they last conceded a goal away from home. 3 consecutive clean sheets as well on their travels from Bielefeld. They haven't been scoring a bucket load of goals. But yeah, 4 clean sheets in their last 6 matches now. Hitting form at just the right time. A little bit rumbustious from Stefano Russo. Gives Ingolstadt a chance with this free kick. An opportunity maybe for Kanjaric to deliver some quality into the area. But he takes it quickly, trying to find the run of Christensen. Well, a good idea if it works. If it doesn't work, though, your teammates will turn around, give you a shrug and say that was a waste of time. Very much back in the game now, Ingolstadt. Gradowski losing the ball deep. Testrup spreads the ball out to the right-hand side. Costly on the overlap. Chips the ball in, but just a little bit too close to Kersken. Pascal Testrup's run was for nothing. Slightly loose ball from Russo to Lannert. He's been beaten to it there by Kanjaric. Cuts the ball back inside. Sushkov spreads the ball to the right. Now Costly puts one into the area. To Strutt battling for it at the back post. Headed away by Lannert. Fired back in. Cleared from the edge of the 6-yard box. Tidied up by Lorenz, and this is going to end up all the way back with Bervink, I think. Yes, it will. flicked on by Testrup. Iker. Oh, poor ball there from Kersken. Nearly playing Russo into all sorts of trouble. He slightly scuffed that clearance as well. Lucky to see that fall to the feet of Sam Schreck, and now they can turn defence into attack. A 5-on-5 here. Korbos to Oppie. Oppie fires it in. Oh, the diving header. Brilliant finish from Noah Sarambaze. And Bielefeld finishing the half like they started it, on fire. Brilliant sweeping move. It was slightly jittery at the back, it has to be said. From Jonas Kersken to start with Sam Schreck. Lucky to pick up the ball. And I hope Sarambaze hasn't done himself a mischief here. Oppie fired it in. Brilliant finish. Fantastic header on the dive. You just don't see enough diving headers in the game these days. But that was fantastic from Sarambaze. His 4th goal of the season. Just as Ingolstadt had been working their way back into the game, that's a hammer blow to the heart, isn't it? Right on the stroke of half-time. Mitch hasn't quite smiled yet. He might manage that at the full-time whistle if they also complete the clean sheet as well. Seventh assist of the season as well for Louis Oppie. It was a perfect ball in. Ingolstadt really caught with their trousers down at the back, allowing a 5-on-5 in transition for Bielefeld, and it's not the first time either. There have been a few warning shots as Ingolstadt have started to see more and more of the ball. Bielefeld playing a little bit more on the counter-attack, but the team in white finding numbers on the break. Always dangerous. Long ball, easy to defend. Oh, Basuvkov. Basuvkov! Oh, just wide of the upright. I'm not sure Kersken gets there if it's in the corner. No one closing down Max Basuvkov. Four goals already this season for the 27-year-old midfielder. The first half stoppage time, Bielefeld with a 2-0 lead. Their 1,200 or so travelling fans making plenty of noise behind that goal to our left. Vaughan and Oppie do well to win the ball between the two of them over on that left-hand side. Oppie just tripped up there as he tried to lay the ball off. And maybe another chance here from a last set piece before the break for Bielefeld. Just the 1 minute added on. This is the Basuvkov effort moments ago. That really wasn't far away to get a better idea here. Yeah, Kersken rooted to the spot. Absolutely no chance of getting on the end of that. So close to an immediate response from Ingolstadt. Now, I don't think Bielefeld have time to muck around with a short one here before the whistle goes. I think he's going to have to lump it into the box and hope for the best. Oppie does exactly that, headed away by Lorenz. Oppie with the header, laid off to Korbos. Korbos, Schneider's shot straight at Burvik, and that will be it for the first half here. Ingolstadt trying desperately to hang into the game here, but a 4th minute strike from Mel Korbos on the end of a flowing move in the 4th minute, and then just before the break, Noah Sarambaze also scoring with a fantastic diving header. And Arminia Bielefeld well in control of this one. Half time at the Audi Sport Park. It's Ingolstadt 0, Arminia Bielefeld 2. for the lack of sound for the last few minutes or so. A few technical gremlins at our end, all sorted out now, we hope. As Bielefeld straight on the attack here. Louis Oppi firing one into the near post and taken at the second attempt there by Pelle Vervink. Bielefeld immediately picking up where they left off at the end of the first half. Costly now trying to get in behind Oppi. Chested down ball though. Not quite going according to plan. No changes from either coach at half-time as Gradowski finds acres of space on this left-hand side. Time to try and pick it across to the back post. Oh, and palmed onto the bar by Bervink. I think Gradowski was aiming for the back post there. I think Sam Schreck it was arriving. Nicely weighted pass from Vor. He's gone for the back. You can see just Schreck just... well, I wonder actually if that ball might have gone in if it hadn't been for the fingertips from the keeper. Need a slightly different angle to figure that one out, but it looked like a tight one either way. And Ingolstadt in danger of being swamped here by Bielefeld. Flowing with confidence. 363 minutes and counting before they last conceded a goal away from home now for Bielefeld. Well won by Christensen, and all of a sudden nearly in behind there, and Grosser was well sandwiched by two forwards there, all on his own. Nearly opened up for Ingolstadt. Nice ball into the edge of the area. Oh, and it falls nicely there for Testra. His shot deflects off of Grosser. Ingolstadt need to try and get back into the game quickly. Ball appeared to hit Grosser's arm there, but his arm was across his chest, so even if there was VAR, they wouldn't be giving a penalty for that. Kanjuric with the delivery into the near post, punched away by Kersken. Sam Schreck with an important header as well. Kanjuric just, I don't know what happened there, just seemed to misjudge the bounce. Oppi puts his foot through it. And Lorenz slightly skews his header. Sabrina Wittmann, it's been a very tough half-time team talk for her. Really what they've come up against a Bielefeld side, I say, absolutely flying at the moment. A bit of space over on that left-hand side. Long ball towards Costly on this near side, but sailed straight over the heads of the three Ingolstadt players waiting for it in the box. A real waste for Deschanze. Taken short from the back here by Bielefeld. Trying to play their way out like this because they know that if they can beat the press, Samran Barzek plays a nice 1-2, and all of a sudden he's through, and just like this, they've beaten the press, and now there's a 4-on-3 here for Bielefeld. Chance on the transition, ball in. Christensen, though, takes that away from Oppi. Exactly what I was just talking about in the build-up to that. Yes, you're getting pressed high, but if you feel confident you can get past that press, there's lots of space to be exploited in behind, and that's exactly what Bielefeld did there. Ingolstadt lucky to get away with another one. Now Vor. Back to Schneider. Größer to Korbos. Größer again. Best of balls for Korbos. Didn't really look to see if he was under pressure there or not from Christensen. Headed away by Schneider. Costly gets his head on it. Schreck gets the ball into midfield. Lorenz gets a touch on there as well, and after a bit of head tennis, it's Christopher Lannert now trying to burn round the outside. Lannert, showing hitherto unknown pace down that right-hand side. Oh, ball nicely in towards Saruman Barze, just a little bit on his back foot there. Was the wide player. Could have reacted a little bit sharper to that ball coming towards him. Lannert again, whips one in, headed away by Costly. Now maybe a chance on the counter-attack here for Ingolstadt. Testrup herds the ball up. Here's Heike, who's hardly had a touch really in the opening 54 minutes of this game, the number 9. Such has been the dominance of Bielefeld. Sushkov puts it into Costly, but his first touch doesn't come off. Well, now to Grodowski, all continuing his run. Grodowski a little bit slow with the ball there. All maybe just needed to try and bend his run a little bit. Now here is Heike. Whipped into the back post, but way too much on that. Then again, the men waiting for it in the box. Just watch the ball sail over their heads yet again. Kursken taking his time now. Bielefeld with a 2-goal lead. So a few running repairs on the captain's armband for Lucas Fröder. Some running repairs on the pitch as well, I think. Again, played short out at the back. The last time they did this, they managed to almost create the third goal. Again, moving all out from the back. The best pass from Russo. He was just about to move into space himself and then played the ball off to someone who was already well covered. Grodowski beaten in the air. Hoppe gets his head on it. Ball now to Korbos. Korbos looking for the pace of Grodowski on this left-hand side. Kjetinovic swiftly comes across, put that one out of play. Bielefeld fans loud and proud, and as well they should be, the way their team is playing at the moment. Russo with the throw. He has not what you would call a proper long throw, certainly not in these parts anyway, with the likes of Ryan Malone. Felix Keidel lobbing in their grenades into the area. That's a nice flick on from Größer, and Korbos with the shot on the turn, but didn't really quite get hold of that, and that's easy enough to deal with Pelle Bervik. Costa, there's the ball back inside, and now Sushkov Drives the ball across goal, and it's missed everyone somehow. To Strutt and Heike both arriving in the 6-yard area. And both just a split second too late. And now, first change, Benjamin Kanjuric, who's been pretty quiet really, the Austrian-wide player. Going to be replaced by David Kopash. The Pole plays on either side of the front three. 4 goals this season. Hasn't scored though since match day 21 against Unterhaching. And has rather fallen out of favour as far as the starting lineup is concerned in recent months as well. This will be his 5th substitute appearance in 6 games. The other match, which was last week, he was left on the bench. Now Korbos tries to get in behind, the ball taken off his toe by Costly. Put in to the back post, headed away by Lorenz. Just kept in play now. Maybe a chance on transition here. Kopas gets his first touch of the game, drives in field, space outside him, not the best of passes. Then picked up by Christensen at pace, stretching the game here. Flies one into the area on the volley and just, well, mishit by Testrutt, kept in play by Heike. Chance not gone yet for Sushkov. Lays it off to the outside. Keidel with the shot just over the crossbar. Better though from Ingolstadt, a bit of patience as well in the final third. Teasing ball there into Strutt, just couldn't get the timing right on the volley. Was that the chance for Ingolstadt to try and get back into the game, I wonder? Bielefeld cruising at the moment. Laid off by Russo. Sam Schreck breaks through the line. Threads one through for Gradowski and has taken off his toe by Sjetinovic, but I think Gradowski was just offside. Again, the pass just a little bit slow, coming to the number 11. The lovely line break, though, from Sam Schreck. Just injecting a bit of pace, diving past his man, opening the game up. Testrutt wins the header to Bishukov. Kopas. Forced backwards by Lannert. Nice little chipped ball through for Keidel. Sarah Mbaze, does he keep the ball in play there? Yes, he does. And gets the ball back over halfway. That's better than the corner, isn't it? Sjetinovic forced back to Bervink. Gets the ball back again, does the Bosnian. Costly, slightly loose first touch there, forced backwards by Oppi. Pressing hard on the ball are Bielefeld. Now there's a little bit of space though for Ingolstadt. Bombing forwards now. Oh, Testrutt here. Oh, and he's just far fallen over the ball. Ball not gone yet though. Keidel gets the ball to Costly on this near side. Still defending to be done for Bielefeld. Costly tries to go past, and the combination of Korbos and Oppi eventually blocking the cross. Keidel picks up the loose ball now on the left. Space here for Christensen. Grosser swiftly in. Keidel might go across to take this throw, you know. Costly though takes it quickly. Besushkov in space on the byline. Important touch there from Kursken. The shot comes back in again. Well cleared from just from the edge of the 6-yard box. Sjetinovic back to Bervik. Finally, Ingolstadt exerting some pressure on the Bielefeld backline. Bit of space for Kopash there. Kopash gets the ball in. Kursken takes that well, though, in the air. And Schneider have become very much the pair at the back for Bielefeld this season. Certainly Bielefeld have benefited from a relatively easy time with injuries this campaign. That's very much in stark contrast to Ingolstadt, who've had a terrible time of things. Certainly in the run after Christmas, first couple of months after the restart, they were missing pretty much a full 11 at one point. Oh, nice touch from Sarah Mbaze, and all of a sudden now, Bielefeld again on transition. 5 players coming up on this against 4. Ingolstadt defender Sarah Mbaze goes with a shot, it deflects wide, and that will be a corner. Maybe a waste there. They're going to get some changes. Isaiah Young and Julian Kanya coming on. That's Sarah Mbaze's final touch. So Isaiah Young, the US winger, will play out there on the right-hand side. Looks like Gradowski. So being withdrawn without adding to his 5 goals this season. He has managed an assist though, so on in his place Julian Kanya, 8 goals in his last 11 games despite being sub in his last 3 and scoring as a sub in the last 2 games. Can he make it a rather strange sort of hat-trick, I wonder? That was the finish for the second goal from Sarah Mbaze. Really old-fashioned diving header. You don't see enough of those in the modern game. Confirmation, Gradowski off, Kanya on, corner into the near post, headed away. Ball picked up by Vull. Nice little ball in towards Young. Now Whoppi, back to Lannert. Young runs at the defence. Oh, nice turn from Kanya. Back to Young again. Oh, that's 3-0, and that's beautiful football from Bielefeld. The substitutes combining. That's a coach's dream. Nice interplay here. Young then making the run. Kanya, beautifully weighted ball. And Young making no mistake with the finish. And surely that's now the 3 points in the bag for Bielefeld. 4th goal of the season for the American wide player. And even more vim and vigour in those waving flags in the away end now for Bielefeld. Believe it or not, that's Julian Kanya's first assist of the season. He's got 14 goals. That's the first time he's laid one on. Well, what do Ingolstadt do now for the last 25 minutes of this one? Bielefeld would love to make it 4 clean sheets in a row on their travels. It would make it, 5 in the last 7 games all told as well. Sorry, 6 in the last 8. A little tug on the shirt of Kanya. Bielefeld able to clear their lines with a free kick. So make it 5 clean sheets in 8 games, sorry. Both home and away. It would be 4 in a row away from home. Remarkable. Now a chance on the counter-attack again. And once more, Ingolstadt looking vulnerable here. Vor picks up the ball on the edge of the area. Just one man in front of him. Cuts inside onto his right foot. Fall wants to have the shot at goal. Sjatinovic, though, eventually gets the block in. You can see exactly what Marius Vor wanted to do there. He scored a few this season. 3 goals and 3 assists in their cup run to the final of the DFB Pokal as well. For Bielefeld, he's been the hero of that cup run, but now Ingolstadt on the attack here. Great stop from Kurska, well positioned. Schreck tidies up just outside of his own area. Now Vor. There's the broken captain's armband again. Not all that's broken at the moment. Now Young picks up the ball on that right-hand side, running at Keitel. Gets the ball back to Lannert. Now Russo, Oppi in lots of space on this near side, calling for the ball, gets it as well. Ball into Korbos, couldn't quite lay it off. Ball back out to Vor. Oppi continues his run, back to Russo now. Korbos again. Just being patient here, Bielefeld. Exactly this sort of position the third goal came from. And again, the speed of pass there, creating opportunities. Sam Schreck now in space. Spreads it out to Young on that far side. Young runs at Keitel. Lannert with the cross, can't quite pick out Kanya. There was a deflection on that. That's put out for a Bielefeld throw. I think we're going to have some more action from the bench. Pascal Testra, 34 years of age now. He's less likely, shall we say, to play the full 90. Beg your pardon. Didn't recognise Frodo without the armband, so just some white tape put on there now. Of course that's not Pascal Testra, nowhere near enough body ink on there. Young turns his man, plays the ball off to Korbos. Korbos, oh, nearly picks out falling acres of space on this near side. Danger again for Ingolstadt. Bielefeld not letting up here. Froder. Taped up arm. Do put some tape on this Ingolstadt back four as well. Seem to have had a bit of the stuffing knocked out of them here, but that's a nice flick on, looking for Heike in behind. Tied it up at the back and cleared by Kurska. Costly manages to get in behind Oppi. Oppi chases back to get goal side. Ball in from Costly, but there's not a Ingolstadt shirt anywhere near it. Now Kopech, can he do better? Goes for the back post. Schneider under pressure from Heike. Maybe a touch of cramp here, or just it's a bit of a tweak on the left ankle. Leon Schneider, just 24 years old. And another one of these young prospects brought into this Bielefeld side. at the beginning of last season. Took a while to work his way into the side, but now very much part of the furniture in that back four. Shrek lays the ball out to Lanner on that right-hand side. Lots of space again for Bielefeld. Here's Young. Doesn't quite get the cross right. Oh, lands in the roof of the net there. Shove in the back. That'll be a free kick for Bielefeld. 17 minutes to go. Hard to see how Ingolstadt can get back into this one now. Korbos out to Oppi. Oppi whips one in. Oh, and Canyon nearly getting a toe poke on that one. In the end, though, comes to nothing. Nice play between Keidel and Kopas. Orn Costly on the run here. Kopas with the ball. Costly will get there, a little bit too much on it. Just about keeps the ball in play and away from Oppi. Harris Fall, though, backing up. Although sloppily given away by Bielefeld. I haven't seen much of that. Kopas told to get up. Beg your pardon, not Kopas. Now Keidel tries to make something happen from left back and just tugged back a little bit as he slanted his way into midfield. We're going to get another change here from Bielefeld. Two changes here rather than from Bielefeld. So Felix Hagman, full-back, will be coming on, I suspect, in place of Oppi, who's one booking away from missing next week's crunch clash at home to Dynamo Dresden. No surprise there. Merve Biancardi also coming on. Like for like there. Marius Fall getting a rest as well. Max Bezushkov also taken off to be replaced by Yannick Deichmann. What? Denis Borkowski has been brought on, as has David Danilo Sekulovic. 20 years of age, made his debut earlier this season. Long ball in, just flicked on there. Well, lots of changes then. Foul over on the backs on the far side. Pascal Chestra has also been taken off now as Biancardi fizzes that one just over the corner of the goal. Bukowski will be leading the line now. Just one goal this season. The man who spent the last 2 seasons on loan at Dynamo Dresden. Christensen brings the ball forward, but eventually dispossessed by Hagman. Young twists and turns his way out of trouble. Schreck moves the ball on quickly. Now to Korbos. Bielefeld quite happily just pinging the ball about in midfield at the moment. Kanya drops deep. Slightly sloppy there. No harm done. Now, is this the point where Bielefeld just put their foot on the ball and see the game out? Do they go for more? I'm sure at the back of their minds they would love yet again the clean sheet. Jonas Kersken, say, leading the way in the race for the Golden Glove. Golden Gloves, rather. "12 clean sheets this season. Leaving him ahead. In fact, Elias Bethke also on 12, so he's a 13th here. Bethke didn't keep a clean sheet yesterday as Cottbus could only manage a 1-1 draw away at already relegated Unterhaching. And they were lucky to get the draw there. Had to wait till the 92nd minute to get that equaliser against the bottom club. Yeah, actually the race for the Golden Gloves is actually pretty tight this year. So Bethke on 12, Benjamin Uphoff, Hansa Rostock goalkeeper. Bielefeld put 4 past him last week, but kept a clean sheet against 1860 on Friday night. He's up to 12 as well. Bielefeld keep a clean sheet here today. Kersken will move up to 13 to move ahead at the top of that table. Meanwhile, work to be done at the back here for Bielefeld. Costly on the overlap, whips one into the near post, blocked out by Korbos. Biancardi. Oh, Lorentz just caught unintentionally by Kanya as the ball went over his shoulder. He was following the ball. Didn't see the defender coming. Keidel going to take this one. I say he's become the left back for this Ingolstadt side. He is actually right-footed though. Whips the ball in. Good-looking ball too. Uncertainty at the back for Bielefeld. Somehow goes straight out for a goal kick. Isaiah Young having his shirt tugged there. Well, the referee's managed to keep the yellow card in his pocket the whole game so far. I don't think he particularly wants to take it out now. We're going to have yet another substitution. Stefano Russo coming off here. Joel Felix, the Danish centre-back, coming on in his place. May well just take station in front of that back four instead, though, Felix. Mitch Niat just trying to manage the minutes for some of his players now. As we're getting down to the tail end of the season, the extra games they're playing in the Landespokal, of which they are into the final, and also, of course, the DFB Pokal, the main German cup, into the final sensationally. First team ever to beat, or first team from the third tier or lower ever to beat 4 Bundesliga sides in one cup campaign. They'll face Stuttgart on the 24th of May, a week after the final day of the Dritte Liga season. Because of that, the local cup that they're playing in will also have to be delayed. I think the final for that one will be up against Lotte. It's a date yet to be arranged. Certainly it'd be the fallback position for Bielefeld if they were somehow to drop out of the top 5 in the table, which is all but impossible now. And they wouldn't have a place in the cup. They'd have to win their local cup to play in the main German cup. Of course, they might win the German cup, in which case I don't actually know, but I assume the defending champions automatically get a place in the following year's competition. Christensen tries to make a break, can't quite get in there. Toe in. Schröder, now Lannert under pressure, gets the ball to Young, dropping deep. Lannert again, pops one over the top. Grosser, of all people, then finding himself a little bit further forwards than usual. Actually, I wonder if Grosser's been pushed into midfield and Joel Felix sitting in the back four. Looks like it, doesn't it? There is Felix, anchoring the defence now. Flicked on by Biancardi. Deichmann dispossessed on this near side. Korbos, nice ball in for Schreck, picked up now by Kanya, spots Isaiah Young in plenty of space over there. Schreck and Kanya making their runs into the area now. Here's Young! Stings the palms of Bervink. And that's palmed over the crossbar for another corner for Bielefeld. Stinging shot there from Isaiah Young. Scored one, nearly made it two. There are the away fans making their noise, 3-0 up their side. 4 minutes plus stoppages to go. Good delivery into the area, half-headed away to the edge of the box. The shot comes in from Biancardi. Clear. Schreck with the header. Schneider lays it off back to Schreck again. Little shove in the back there. Yes, there was from Borkowski. It was quite a clear shove in the back. Bit of frustration from the Trenchman. Plenty of white shirts to aim at in and around the back post. Here's Lannert, swings one in, half cleared. Lannert picks up the rebound. Here's Hagman. Still 5 white shirts to aim at in there. Good strong header from I think it was Sjetinovic, but now Kopash leads the charge on the counter-attack. Lannert gets a foot in, slows things down. Biancardi also getting in there as well. Ball forward. Stakulovic picks up the loose ball, tries to pick out Kopacz. No foul given. Everyone seemed to stop there just for a moment. The shot comes in, deflects over, and eventually picked up by Kurska. But everyone, both sets of players stopped. Oh, and Young dispossessed. Space on that left-hand side. Hagman, though, spotting the danger, breaking from left back to cut out that dangerous-looking ball on the edge of the D. See, Hagman, he's a left back, but he's right-footed. He does like to drive inside. He's very much the inverted fullback. You see him now there, just swapping with Korbos, moving into midfield as Korbos drops deep on this left-hand side. Hagman, I think fair to say, a bit more of a hybrid full-back than either Oppi or Lannert. So younger, less experienced. We've seen him come on and impact games before. We'll have the final substitution of the game now. Emre Gül, his debut against Sandhausen. This is a fourth substitute appearance of the season. Christensen, who's well, his delivery from his actual basic play has been pretty good, Gustav Christensen, but his delivery from out wide has at times been shocking. I've got to say, looking at the way Bielefeld have played today, and saw yesterday with Dresden have a personnel shortage at the back going into that game. On a high foot as Felix tried to get his head on that from Borkowski. But Bielefeld, I think they'll fancy that game against Dresden. I'd say with Sturner, the right back, suspended for picking up his 5th yellow card of the season yesterday. Tadeo Kamaknecht, who has been playing at centre-back but started the season at right-back, might have to move back out there. The problem being that he's only playing there because Andy Hotti is out injured at the moment. So, some issues for Thomas Stamm to deal with ahead of that trip to Bielefeld. It will be absolutely full of confidence. Remember, a win for Bielefeld will put them top of the table, almost certainly see them promote as well, or at least clinch a spot in the top 3. Of course, it depends on results elsewhere as well. Certainly we'll look forward to. That's the 4:30 kickoff, by the way, on next Saturday. I'm sure that game will also be shown live. Young jinking and turning. There's a eventual cross looking for Biancardi at the far post. Took the deflection. Minute and a half left now for Ingolstadt. Can they at least get a consolation goal here? Borkowski, they're going to get on the end of that speculative ball into the channel. Laid off by Schneider. Again, Bielefeld playing out from the back, and this is where they played themselves into trouble so many times last season. See the difference now, though. I'll say that they have played themselves into trouble. Borkowski lays the ball off for Sekulovic. Clawed wide by Kersken. All the hard work at the back nearly undone there, just as I was waxing lyrical about how well they've been played out at the back in recent weeks. Bielefeld, they nearly shoot themselves in the foot, just like last season. Now Costly. The corner, Gül. Providing the short option as well. Ignored. Goes to the near post, headed away. Lanner gets a toe on it. Can't quite feed the ball out to Biancardi. Deichmann whips the ball back into the area, headed away by Grösse. And Dr. Robert brings this one to an end then here at the Audi Sport Park. 4 away wins in a row now for Arminia Bielefeld. 4 clean sheets in the process too. They move back to within a point of Dritte Liga leaders Dynamo Dresden with a 3-0 victory here. Mel Korbos getting the ball running in the 4th minute at the end of a sweeping move. Ingolstadt then worked their way back into the game, but just before the break, Noah Sarambaze broke their hearts with a fantastic diving header to make it 2. Isaiah Young then came off the bench to round off a fantastic flowing move, starting on the left just after coming off the bench in the 65 minutes to make it 3-0. From there, well, it could have been worse for Ingolstadt. Bielefeld in cruise control. They solidify their spot, second place in the table here with a 3-0 victory against Ingolstadt at the Audi Sport Park.